Practically all of them know me.
All the people in the city.
Yeah, they know
So
me.
you just called them up and you said you
I
might.
asked them for a favor, they do it for me.
That was very nice of them.
Don't I tell something, tell them I want something. Well, think about it. All, all the older heads know me well. Good many of the young ones. Don't have no problem. I ain't got nothing. I tell them what I want, I get it. Go ahead. Is that right, Mac? Some years ago, and Dan Biggers, his daddy,
Which guy?
a white fellow right there, Marin Hubbard. But it would have to be his daddy to know about it. Marin wouldn't know, and his daddy did. But anyway, I won't say this one was there for sure, but I believe Charlie Long was down there at that time.
Charlie Long.
Yeah, I believe he was down there. For he used to own that house over there in them bushes.
Hi there. I went and got some mugs. I'm gonna get some mugs.
He was working down there at the mill at the time, but now I don't know what exactly where he's in the
Charlie
Young.
Young.
Long.
Long.
Yeah, but I don't know whether he's in the card room or was in the opening room. You want the people that's in the card room, don't you?
No, well, that's okay. I'm interested in the black workers that were working there in 1934, and if they were working on the inside, that would be really useful.
Charlie Long then. I believe he was there at the time.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. That's 13. No, and yeah. Now, so Tom Brown, Willie Criddle, Philip Holder, Bip Holder, Benny Ash, George Merritt, Moses Love, Graham Jackson, Edward Barnhart, you as a cleaner,
Yeah.
Jim Copeland, Fan Biggest, Brother Biggest, Charlie Young.
I believe that was the one that was in there. And let's see who. And in order to open that cotton for the fella that opened up the bales of cotton to put on the flat to run it across over there for the courtroom, he would be connected to it too. But I can't think of his name now. He used to barbecue. Hello.
Barbecue in Greensboro, White Line.
Greensboro. He used to barbecue.
You still living?
I know he not there. I know now. Lon Horton.
Okay.
Lonnie?
Lon Horton. Lon Horton.
Lauren.
Lon Horton. He was in the
Horton?
he opened up those bales of cotton to run it across the track there at the mill in order to get over there to the opening room. Well, that was part of the same place was running to she started, see.
Now, Mr. Barnhart, could you describe to me, now that we've been able to put all these names together, could you describe to me, all these about the people that were working there? I mean, could you tell me how many people were working there at the time, and could you describe a little bit about the black workers and their experience there?
Well, I tell you, it's been so long. I just really.
Okay. Do you remember this letter that these folks wrote? I'm going to read it to you again, and maybe you could. Do you remember this period of time when they were all working there?
Yeah, I remember the time it was working there.
And do you remember when they went from 12 hours to 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And now you were working there then.
Yeah.
And
See, they used to work at 12 hours. When it went from 12 hours to 8, we'd go in at 6, have an hour for dinner at 12 o'clock, go back at 1, then work again to 6. But they wasn't running but one shift.
That was before. And then they went on the 8 hours.
Then they started 2 shifts, and later on they started 3.
Now, you yourself were a part-time worker?
Yeah, I didn't work regular. I was just a part-time. I had my little cotton patch out here, a little cane patch. I tried to work along with my father, and I could make more out of making me a bale or 2 cotton out here than I could by working regular down there. But I got the little money from working down there to keep me going out here.
So how much? When would you work down there? I mean, how much time?
Well, it would depend. If it rained, like it's been raining this week, well, I go down and work all the week and cast them out the walls all the way around and as far as I could to dry it off. When it dried off, I come back to my farm.
Now, could you work down there? You could decide on your own hours and go whenever you wanted to?
Well, as a whole, I would see Mr. Bob Clayton. He was the cloth room boss and weave shop boss, and he would let me come in when I had spare time.
So you would just call him up, or you would just go to him and tell him?
I just go by and tell him I can come in tomorrow. Like he'd tell me, come on. And all right. Well, I work in until you get dry enough to go back.
Now, you were working part-time, but now most of these other men...
They were full-time men.
Okay. Just a cricket. Right? Is that a cricket?
Yeah, cricket. My grandson fishes a lot. We have him out there on the porch. They get a loose one. Come in. You scared of them?
Am I scared of crickets? No. I'm scared of scorpions, snakes, but crickets aren't so bad. Now, do you remember when... so these other men were working full-time, and could you describe exactly what they did? These men who were working full-time?
Well...
I mean, were there jobs for white men and jobs for black men? And
well, as a whole, the black men worked in the opening room and in the card room and picker room upstairs. In the weave shop and the spinning room, that was white only, biggest. Excuse me, the scrubber. See, that card room, picker room, oven room, actually colored folks work direct. That's all they did. They didn't go in the spinning room and in the weave shop and in the cloth room.
they didn't even go in? Could you walk inside those rooms?
Oh, yeah, you could walk through them and look, but as far as working, wasn't no colored people didn't work in there. Nobody but the sweeper. If it was a colored sweeper, he could work in there. If it was mopping the floor, he could go through, mop up the alley's aisle, keep up the spit tunes and sawdust little spit tune about that size, keep them, put the fresh sawdust on such as that. That's what the color could do in those spinning room and weave shop. And by me casting them out in the wall, I went all the way around over all of it, from time to time.
How were the white people treated who worked in the mill?
Oh, they treat you nice.
No, not how they treated you. How'd they treat each other? The boss man, the straw boss in the second hand, and the guy who was the management. How did they treat the white workers?
Well, they treated the people all right. Just a matter of fact that the salary was so far different, poor. But for the friendship was good. They talked to each other just like I'm talking to you. But the salary was the main thing. They pay the white man more than they would the color. And then that's what started the whole situation. Then when they got where they had to pay the color, the same thing they did the white, then that's where they fired them. And that's where it all come about.
Did you know why they had to pay the colored people the same as they paid the white people?
Well, I think you got in touch, the law got in touch with the government somehow. I just remember how, it come about. But when they got where they had to pay all the same price just about it, because they still had various jobs would pay more than another. But as a whole, the common labor, they had to pay them all the same.
Now, were these considered black jobs? Or were they?
Yeah, those there. Yeah.
Had they'd always been black jobs before?
Hmm.
They were always black jobs, traditionally.
Talking about long within that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Now, were they machines that those black men were running?
Yeah.
What kind of machines?
They was what you call I don't know what you would call them. I imagine I don't know. What it did, they run bales of cotton and across over there, and then run it through a machine, and then that machine would roll it up in balls like that, and that ball would go around in a can.
No, yeah.
That ball would go around the can, and then after they got it in that can, they they would dose it all and take it around and put it in another room and run it down till it gets to nothing but just a thread string. Then after you got that thread string on a bobbin, they sent it to the weave shop for to be made cloth. And this cloth was in the picker machine.
Now, were these... Because I've heard that they said that black people couldn't run machines.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
they could. Upstairs, but now down there in the low part of the weave shop and the spinning room, there wasn't no color down there. But upstairs, there was a running machine upstairs, and the color was running over the machine.
Now, when that legislation that you were talking about, that law, that was the National Recovery Act. That was under Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And that's when he put in, the 8-hour day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he gave people, remember them talking about being upset about not getting it? Or do you remember them discussing this?
No, I didn't. I never did remember them discussing it, but I knew something had been said about it, but yet I didn't get around to that. But when I got through, I left, come on home. I never did go to none of the meeting much until I had the union meeting. I went to it 2 or 3 times, and I saw it was sideways, and I quit it.
How do you think this letter came about? I mean, you knew the men who must have written this, right?
Well, I don't say exactly know who read it,
but these were the people who were working there.
Yeah.
And these were the only people who were working there, right? There weren't other people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So does it seem like you knew these guys?
Oh, yeah, I knew
Did
them.
they talk with each other? I mean, how do you think this came about?
Well, it is no doubt they had a meeting somewhere and decided their rights, I guess.
Did they know? Do you think those men knew how to write?
Oh, yeah. Now, Tom Brown, he had a good education.
Does Tom Brown have family here?
Yeah, his wife is in and out here, but he done passed.
Who is his wife?
Muddy's Feet. Muddy's Brown. They call her, everybody call her Muddy's Feet.
Stay on the railroad?
Yeah.
Is that Otis home?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a hard. She's a pretty woman.
Yeah.
You know her?
Yeah.
Now, Tom, if he was living now, he could tell you something more about it than I could, but he was in there at the time. Me and Tom was buddies.
Oh, okay.
We fished together for years. We were in the fishing, fish all night.
Okay, Otis do that now. I
Yeah.
stay next door to him. His son.
Yeah.
Really? And does his mama live up there next
His
to you?
mom stay on the railroad, you know, out toward,
I saw her, let's see. Monday was fourth day, wasn't
Monday?
it? Yeah.
Okay.
Today's Wednesday.
Right.
I saw her yesterday.
She's a nice woman. Beautiful lady. Look a lot like
I hug and kiss her every time I see her.
She's beautiful.
Me and Tom were so close together. I tell you the truth, huh?
So he been dead a long time.
No, just about 2 years.
Was he disabled or something?
He got disabled, yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember.
This?
Yeah, he had a good education now. He could have wrote it. And he was a quick thinker.
Did he read the newspaper?
Yeah, he got the paper every day. I didn't put no paper. He got the newspaper every day.
Which one did he read?
He'd get one of both of them sometimes.
Did he read the ledger?
Huh?
Do you think he read the ledger?
Oh yeah, Tom was, if he wasn't fishing after getting bad health, he was reading the Bible or reading the newspaper.
Now, was he real good friends with these other people, Willie?
Oh yeah, he was a friendly man. Yes.
Now, were these the kind of? Do you think? How do you think they thought the company would feel if they wrote a letter like this?
I don't know. Yeah.
Now,
We had the mayor of that company, Mr. Robinson. Now he was a fine fellow. We didn't have but one contrary fellow there during that time. That was Mr. Brooks' son, Gid. Hal Brooks was mean. He wanted people to do jumping around, you know. And people didn't fall for that stuff. At one time, I hadn't run the mopping machine in about 3 weeks. For both night watchmen was out sick. Not Eddie Frank.
men were fired. What happened to them? Do you remember?
Nah, I don't know what happened to them, but when he come ready and said, me and I hadn't screwed up none in 3 weeks.
Right.
Well, I just told him what I thought about him and quit. Never did go back. Of course, now, Mr. Robertson and Mr. Bob Clayton, they were good friends of me. Man, he was Mr. Bob, he was boss of the weave.
Mr. Robinson
Was the mayor of the city.
and was secretary of the mill?
Yeah.
Was he working here in 1934 also?
Well, Mr. Robertson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. Now those boss men, those head boss men was nice. Only thing was the trash one. Just the ones that was hired, floor walkers, what you might call it. They would try to act nasty. But now, for the leader, Mr. Merritt and Mr. Robertson and Mr. Jackson, now, those head leaders, they were nice talking.
What did Mr. Beeland do?
He was a foreman.
Sam Beeland?
Yeah. at one time. And then once he was a daughter.
Now, did he have anything to do with this room that these men worked in?
I don't think Sam did. I don't think Sam was there at the time. Must have been MacDonald. I believe was the man who had the charge of that particular place during those boys' time.
Do you think that if the company knew that these men wrote to the government about this, they would have been angry?
I believe they would have. Yeah.
Was it common for a group of black men to protest like this? Was it a common thing for a group of black men to make a protest like this?
I imagine it was. Didn't know when they did it. I don't know.
No. Do you think it was something that happened a lot?
Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so?
Like right in the left.
Yeah, I mean a group of black men to say, I don't like this.
I really don't know about that.
Right. Well, but you can imagine. I mean, you knew all you knew the community. Did the community, was it something common for the community to do a protest, even in a letter form like this, in those days in 1934?
I imagine it would. They did.
Okay.
But as a whole, though, I won't tell them. I go to the face and tell
Yeah, you'll go to their
them. Yeah, and tell them then.
You would go to their face?
Yeah.
Now, all these men are dead. Tom Brown, Willie Criddle, Philip Holder, Bip Holder, George Merritt, Moses Love, all passed on.
And Bob Clayton, back during that time, we used to go out camping, Claude Ross, Moorhead. You know, Moorhead, Moorhead.
Yes, sir.
But we used to go out and go to Island and camp out the weekend.
Right.
And I was the cook. And it come a big rain and the river was up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So was this considered the Black Mill Village over here?
Well, I tell you, one time, they used to call this the Barnhart Alley. That's how long I've been over here.
Barnhart Alley.
Yeah.
So you all have owned this place ever since you was a little fella.
Yeah.
That's good.
Packed about it. My little daddy lost it about 3 or 4 times. But every time he'd buy it back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for y'all to
So I've been here ever since, all of my life. I was born right down there in the corner.
And that's your daughter next door.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my sister right up here in front of her, man.
Oh, okay.
And those 2 brick houses, see going around the curve right over there.
Right.
One sister on one side of the road and the other sister on the other one.
Okay.
The house just below my niece.
Okay.
Now,
So,
did a lot of the women in your family work for the Mill families?
yeah, they would work for different one of them around the middle.
What did they do?
Them just probably just washing, cleaned up for the ladies that worked in the mill, you know. Just washing iron the clothes, something like that.
Could the women work in the black women work in the mill?
Nothing but scrub. No black women working.
And what did the town think about the mill village? How was the mill village perceived? You know, I mean,
You talk about the city?
yeah.
We'll
How
tell
did
you-
people think about the
Oh,
mill
that,
workers?
see, the mill workers at that time was a big process for the town, but that was the only biggest job was here, of the mill hands. Until Tom Guthrie built a big planer mill out there. They had a little planer mill out there, but it didn't work many people. Then after Tom built that big one, well, that give more colored people work to do. But until then, there wasn't nothing much to do but farm and go out there to the little planer mill and the oil mill doing cotton season time, gin and cotton, and pick a few peanuts and have them
So
fresh out,
in,
such as that.
in 1934, when these men wrote that letter, was there other work for them to do when they were fired? I mean, was there a lot of other options for them in this town in 1934?
No, wasn't nothing for them to do here. Wasn't nothing to do here. The oil mill, see, what they call the oil mill, that's where the gin and cotton at.
Now,
And now, if they didn't have no cotton or gin or no cotton seed hooves to come in to load or unload, wouldn't be nothing for them to do.
were you fired?
Huh?
Were you fired?
Was I fired when I left here?
Were you fired when all these men were fired?
No.
You had left earlier, right?
No, he didn't.
I ain't left here. I still was around
So
there.
how come they didn't fire you? Because you were part-time?
Because I was part-time.
Because it may mention 2 cleaners in here. Do you remember who the other cleaners were in town?
But the other cleaner was in
Yeah.
there with me.
Yeah.
That was
Was there a full-time cleaner? Were there 2 full-time cleaners?
Billy Jackson and what was that woman name? Now I knew the woman name. She's out there that lived on the railroad. It was Billy Jackson, which was Abe Jackson's son, and man was doing the
Is he still living?
Huh?
Is he still living?
Who?
Billy Jackson.
Yeah, it was somewhere, but I don't know where he is.
Does he have kin here?
Huh?
Does he have children or a wife or family?
No, he ain't nobody here related to him as I know it. But I knew the woman name, but I can't call her name now. She alive. I don't know.
So did a lot of these men did their families stay here or did they leave town?
The family still stay down. Pick up a little washing, ironing. Back there wasn't no washerettes in here in town. They wash for people. Sometimes they come to town from Union Point and get a wagon load of people's clothes and take them back and wash them and bring them back such as that.
When the women went to wash these people's clothes, now this might be a difficult question, but did the white mill workers let them in the front door or the back door?
Do what now? On the ones that pick up the clothes, biggest of them when you come to the back door. When you go to the back door. It's just the later years where colored people quit going to white people's back door here. That hasn't been very long.
You can open the door, sweetie. Okay, and when the black women who worked for these mill families, did any of them ever sleep at the homes to take care of their children or take care of them?
Oh, like if they want to go to the show or something like that, to go out of town to a circus, they get some of the colored people to spend the night with the children.
But they didn't stay there like all week long.
No, that's over a weekend, maybe Saturday night, something like that. They go to dance somewhere, but not all the week.
Now, and the mill workers in town, how do people think about the mill workers? You know, like lint-heads. I mean, were they looked down upon?
Well, they see this would have been a poor town, and the mill workers had a salary coming every 2 weeks, and the people in town looked to them for that check, buy that grocery to live off, especially the store people that run the store.
All right, so we're going to look for Tom Brown's wife.
Okay.
She's a bright lady.
Yeah. She's right across from Neil.
Okay. All right. Well,
Sweet person.
That's what we're going to do then. Wow. Well, I really appreciate talking with you. You've really helped us out a lot. You gave us more names than anybody.
What's Claude? He was sure enough a good friend of mine. He's the mayor of the town. I used to drink liquor heavy.
You don't anymore.
Yeah, I drink a little now.
But just a little.
Just a little. But that Bobbit was the police here. That's what you call him. Everybody call him that Bobbit. It may be going on your thing. Is it still going on your thing?
I'll turn it up. So, did you also work did you work in the homes of the people?
I would work around the home. Yeah, I would work around
the mill people. You did everything for them?
Everything I could to make a dollar. And if you had something like
how did they choose the black people to work in the mill? I mean, I know that they had very few jobs.
How did
they make the choice? I mean, they had such a few jobs.
I don't know how the Imagine started letting us work there. Well, the scrubbing was nasty, and the customer was nasty. Well, back then, the old people worked in the mill. They chewed tobacco, and of course they had to go on the outside always to smoke down around the mill. But when they chewed tobacco, they spit just straight out from go all down the wall. That's the reason I had the customer. And that gave me a good job. Of course, it was nasty, but I knew how to do it. See, the stuff that I customized with, it wasn't paint. It was lime and alum. And I mixed it up in a number 3 wash tub, tin wash tub. Okay. Then I took a foot tub and filled it up. I got me a long handle mop and run it through a screw-type brush. A brush about that wide. Just narrow enough to go in there. Right. Foot tub. Then I'd stand off from the wall, give the liquor to, and I was gone. See?
Now, the white mill workers, they weren't making much money, were they?
Well, nobody making too much money at the time.
But they were making more than
they were making more than the black.
So when this legislation came in, right, that was the first time
they started paying pretty good salary.
Oh, they wanted to pay
equal share, just about.
And did that upset the white workers? How did that make them feel?
No, it didn't upset them. They was the ones, all but the boss men was glad about it. The workers was glad they all was going to get a good salary. They didn't care who got it, just so they got it.
All right, one more question. Do you remember when they started to organize a union for the first time here? Back at this time in 34.
No, I don't remember exactly the time they started that union. I sure don't. Back about it, I didn't try to keep up with nothing. All I wanted to do to make the dollar and go.
Okay.
If I'd tried to keep up with it, probably I could have.
Now the men that wrote this letter, I think they were keeping up with what was going on in the law and this new legislation, and I think they were trying to make things better for the other people in this.
Yeah, I went on to tell y'all about that liquor. I never did finish, did I?
About the liquor?
Uh-huh. That Bob.
I know you're only drinking a little bit now.
But that Bobby was the police.
And he got to know you pretty well?
Oh, he knew me well.
Did he have to pick you up every once in a while?
He'd pick me. I went and bought a jar one night coming through town with it. I was about half drunk. I want to take this jar of liquor and lock you up. I said, well, that's all right. Here's the jar of liquor. Take it. Carry it on. I bought the jar of liquor for the mayor. But he didn't know it, but he figured it. He said, that Bobby, I ain't gonna lock you up tonight. You getting that liquor for somebody or taking care of home with you. I go home with the jar.
At that time, there were no liquor stores that were there.
No, but white light.
So you would buy liquor for other people?
Yeah, I'd go get it for the mayor.
And the mayor of the town, who was also the secretary of the
mill? The mill. I was a friend to them. They were a friend to me. And that's how I lived.
Did they live nearby here?
Yeah, well, No, well, Claude Rawson, he owned that place up there where Barlow is now.
Oh, okay.
He used to own that corner right there, and he sold it out to the Chanel, and Chanel Bill stole it. Of course, that Barlow belongs to Chanel,
Right.
and Barlow was rented from Chanel.
Right.
But Claude Rawson used to own that spot.
Oh, okay.
I cut his lawn there many days. Go to the river Friday evening or Saturday evening. Sometimes we get a chance to go Friday evening, Friday and Saturday, and I drink liquor and swim after I learned how to swim. I don't try now because I got a bad knee. Had the good old days back there.
Yes, sir.
If you knew somebody.
If you knew somebody,
Mm-hmm.
who'd you have to know?
Well, some of the leading people of the town.
I mean, if you wanted to make it, you had to know somebody?
Yeah.
If you wanted to make it in the mill, did you have to know somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have one more question. Okay. How did they do their hiring, huh?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you have to go by the office and put in the application,
Okay.
or see the former. See the
they-
former of certain rooms or certain places, and did see if they had a vacation, vacant space for you.
Did they used to like just continue to hire in the family? I mean, was there like a buddy system?
Well, if depending on what you could do, or what you thought you could learn to do quick, and that's the way that mill operated the biggest. If they thought you could learn to do something right quick, they hire you. If they thought you never would learn nothing, they didn't want to bother with
Okay. All right. So Tom Brown is the only person who has family here in town. What about Willie Criddle?
you. Well, Willie Crow's dead.
Okay, no family?
No, his family not here.
All right. Philip Holder?
Well, Philip Holden, Tom Brown and Philip's uncle, but Philip not here now.
Is Philip alive or dead? Or?
I don't know if Philip in Augusta or not. I don't know where he
So
is now.
Philip was Tom Brown's nephew?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
All right, and Bib Holder, same thing?
Bill Holden and Tom, they kin people there.
Okay. All right, and Benny Ash?
He wasn't no kin to him.
Is he dead? Is he alive?
Ben Ash dead.
Does he have family?
Mm-hmm. They're not here either now.
Okay. What about George Merritt?
His family not here.
Is he dead?
I think George is in Atlanta, but I wouldn't say. I just don't know where he is now.
What about Moses Love?
He's dead.
Does he have family here?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And what about Graham Jackson?
Grim have a wife here. She's in Canada somewhere.
Okay. And Jim Copeland?
He's dead.
Does he have family?
They gone.
Okay. Fan Biggest?
Their family's gone. Too.
And they're both dead?
No, they're away from me. I just left here. I don't know whether they did or not.
Brother Biggest might be living, and Charlie Young might be living?
I don't know where they are now, I'll be frank.
Okay.